A lot of times dealerships will tell you, oh, it's this kind of car, so it'll last you a long ass time. No. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ariel. Usually I like to do things for like entertainment purposes, but today I want to do something a little bit different, a little bit educational, you know. I know you're probably thinking from the title like, what is this little blonde girl gonna tell me about getting a car? I will tell you right now, I legit spent months just researching and going to all these different car dealerships, looking up all this information. Like, I was sick by the time I finally got my car. And as I'm sure you could probably hear, I'm just starting to get my voice back. It's been gone for about like 2 days. So if I sound like a dying whale, I apologize in advance. This is pretty much for anyone who's in the same position as me. If you know how it feels to not have a car, if it sucks, if you can take away anything from this, then that's great. I'm not knowledgeable on a whole lot, but when I do my research and I feel like I could share something helpful, then I'm happy to share it. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive right into that, but before I get started, I would just like to show you the kind of car I was driving before I got the car that I'm in now. Basically, this is my dad's old car. And I'm so grateful that he let me use it. He was getting rid of it. He was like, I'm never going to use it again, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even have to pay for it. I was, excuse me, sorry. The only thing I had to pay for was like renewed registration or something like that. So at the time, I was so irresponsible. I never saved a penny. Whenever I got my paycheck, I just spent it. So free car, I was like, okay, I need to get places. So I might as well just take my dad up on this offer and just use the car for as long as I can. My friends all make fun of me. People would say it's like the narc car because it literally looks like an undercover cop car. And it was okay in the beginning, but then over time, I would be spending like $400, $500 here and there just to fix things on it that shouldn't be breaking on me. And the plan was for me to just drive this car until I saved up money to get a nice car. And that was going well up until it just started breaking down left and right on me. It just made no sense for me to keep putting in money to a car that I hated. Like, it served its purpose, but it just wasn't doing me any favors anymore. So I'll go into the websites now. I'm gonna go through 5 websites that really helped me. All used cars, by the way. Like, I would love to say that I got a brand new car, but a nice used car is what I got. Every single website I'm about to name, you're able to like customize. You can choose like, oh, I want an automatic car, or I only want a car that's under like 60,000 miles or whatever. Website number 1. My favorite website that I found for used cars was called autolist.com. I was only looking for cars up to like $6,000, $7,000. $7,000 like pushing it for me. This would probably be my favorite just because of the selection and how often it updates. What's up, guy? So yeah, I loved Autolist. For the most part, I think they all had like the Carfax right there on the website or on the listing. Just super helpful when I was researching. I didn't even have to go and spend money just to find out the history of the car. Like, don't be sketchy, just give it to me up front, you know? Which brings me to my second favorite, which was Carfax. I really liked that website too for finding cars, but I found that it didn't update as often, or there just wasn't as large of a selection. My third favorite was Car Gurus. Now, I would say that this, definitely, obviously my top 5, but maybe just like a little bit sketchy because I went to 2 different dealerships from there, and one of the listings I saw was a Jeep. So I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna go check this out. And I went to go see it, and the people there, it didn't seem like they really cared for me to be there. They had to jumpstart the car before I even drove it. I was like, 4th website that I used was Edmunds.com, and kind of similar to Car Gurus. Not really much of a difference. It was just, I didn't use that one as often as I used the top other 3. Not really a particular reason. I think that the other ones were just better because it updated more and there's more of a selection is what it really came down to. The very last one was called TrueCar, TrueCar.com. Again, nothing was wrong with this site. They didn't have a lot of cars in my price range. Like, it was more $7,500 and up kind of thing. It wasn't really like for broke college students like me. I tried to go in there because it's a very well-respected website, but you know, just for people who have like a little bit more money to spend, and I am not that girl. So this led me to eventually finding my 2006 Honda Accord. What's up? I know Hondas are not like the sickest cars, but Hondas are kind of like your reliable friend. They're the mom of the group. Like, they will take care of you. They are reliable, responsible, safe. They're not going to be that friend that goes out with you at 2 in the morning, but they will make sure you are hydrated and you have a blanket at the end of the night. So I just knew I couldn't get another car, even if it looked nice. I couldn't get another car that was gonna start breaking down on me and I'd have to pay all this money all over again. Like, I just want something stable and something that was gonna last me. I was at the automotive shop so often that I became like such good friends with the mechanic that worked there. We became like on a texting basis, and I would literally just send him like listings of cars I saw, just give him names of certain cars and be like, what do you think of this? Are these cars safe? Is this a good deal? He would just talk me through of why it would be a good thing to get or something that I should keep looking elsewhere. I found out that the top 3 brands for cars, you probably know this, I didn't, Kias, Hondas, and Toyotas. If you're looking for something that's going to be like very reliable, last you a long time, one of those 3 brands are perfect for you. Other things to be aware of is that you will probably see on these sites like, oh, a Mercedes-Benz for $7,000 or oh, an Audi for like $4,500. What the I'm gonna get this. The thing that you should be wary of though is that even though they're at those low prices, and they might even have low mileage, like let's say 70,000 miles on it, you would think that's a good deal. But it's not, because their parts are so expensive to maintain. Their parts are gonna be the exact same price range. Like, you're expecting to get an alternator fixed for like $400? No, you're gonna be getting probably, I don't know, double, triple than you would on like a Toyota, let's say. Just be mindful of that. If you have money to blow, do you, boo. I respect it. If it's a used car, then you pretty much want to try to stay under 75,000 miles, just because after that point, a car just like naturally starts breaking down. Little things could go wrong with it, and it's just considered like an old car now. So yeah, that is why I went with my Honda Accord. It had 62,000 miles on it. We really like her. She's clean. Don't have a name for her yet. Would love any suggestions. She's cute. She's silver. She's safe. And I'm very happy with my purchase. In that time frame of the 2-3 months that I was just researching, didn't have a car, I was able to save up $2,500. So I used that towards my down payment, and then the rest I paid through a loan. It turned out to be $6,800. That was with taxes, with everything included with my down payment. Originally listed for $1,500, but you gotta remember that once you get to the dealership, usually there's like documentation fees and transfer plates fees, you know, all these other fees. Just expect to spend another $1,000 on top of the listing price, because there's all the shit that doesn't come included, but you will find out once you sit down with the actual person. And if you need extra time to save up, like, it will be worth it. Don't settle for a car. I spent so much time doing this research and using these websites and looking up information, talking to an actual mechanic who deals with these cars all the time. I really felt like I made an informed decision, and I don't do that often, so just kidding, but it's definitely doable. It took me a much longer time than expected. I had to Uber a lot, I had to carpool a lot. I have really great friends that wanted to pick me up, and a really nice boyfriend who didn't mind picking me up. So use your resources. I hope you guys found this video a little bit helpful. I know it wasn't like that much fun of a topic, but if I could help someone with what I went through, or avoid what I went through actually, by giving them these tips, then please let me know. As always, thank you for watching, and be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button for more. I'll see you next video.